turn, call. So that's why I said when you start a new exercise, when you halt before the group here, that's a 3-second rule. I'd say 90% of the people look at me, but you don't have to look at the judge there. That's just 3 seconds. But if you decide to look at the judge, it's fine. I'd say 90% of the people look at me before they enter the group. That's just a 3-second rule. Because what's the end of the exercise? After the group, thank the group. And then you take basic position. What do? You look at the judge, because now you're about to do your off leash. So you look to the judge. Then you do your off leash. You come back. You get your runway. You look to. You can praise there. You can praise. But I don't know how deep I want to get into this for a BH, but it's good for you guys to know how it works. So let's say I do a recall for a Schutz $3. I do a recall. I call them here. I do my finish. Oos, and they're crooked. I already lost points for the crooked finish, right? So I lost points for that. But if I go into my running stand with a crooked, now I lost points also from my stand because they're crooked. So you're able to get your dog straight up to a couple steps. So if you did your finish, oos, your dog's crooked, don't look to the judge yet. You can say, oos, take a couple steps forward, get them back straight, look to the judge, and they wave, and now you have your straight sit for your stand. You don't want to lose points. Like, where would it be on a BH, you guys? You come back to your dog, and your dog had a crooked sit. You say, it says, oos, and the judge says, thank you. You go, oos, and get them straight, so you don't lose points from your plots for a basic position that's crooked. Does that make sense? Because it's a B8, so I don't want, like, it's not the end of the world if your dog's crooked or you don't get him straight before. But for the higher levels, you don't want to start with a basic position that's crooked. Perfect practice makes perfection. I forget. So that's, but in a trial, I'm always thinking about, my brain goes negative to positive in a trial, never positive to negative. It's always negative to positive. That way I'm on my toes. So let's say my dog's doing a hold and bark in the blind. And the judge waves. I'm like, there's no way he's coming out today. The barking's too intense. So I'm ready. Here, Foos, and he comes out. I'll say, ooh, how serendipitous. Like, wow, you came out. My brain was thinking negative. So if I say, here, Foos, and he didn't come out, Slayer. I'm going to say it real quick. Name. Like, you're coming out, buddy. But I'm already ready for that next command. Then I say, help her step out of the blind. There's no way I'm going to Foos from here to the escape bite. My dog's too drivey on this whole day. Foos, and he does it nicely. I'm going to go, no negative, positive. There's no way he's going to plots right now for the escape bite. But he does it. I'm like, hey, that was awesome. I'm ready, though, on an exit plan in case I need to burn another command quick. Because by the time you burn an extra command, especially in a high drive exercise, a lot of people, it's too late. So I've seen this a lot. So say in protection, my dog's doing a hold and bark. And I'll explain what this has to do with the BH in a second. So my dog's doing a hold and bark on Steve. And I say, here, Foos, and I've seen this a lot. The dog starts to come back, and then starts to go back to the helper, and then the dog starts barking again. I'm like, you missed it. Now you're starting all the way over. Here, Foos, my dog's coming back, and right when it glances back at Steve, here, Foos, I'm going to burn that in a New York second to not let him get back in there, because once he's back and barking again, I'm all the way started over. So you can save your dogs a lot of points if your brain's thinking quickly. Like at the end of a trial, especially a big trial, people are like, Joel, you know, that was nice. Can I talk to him? Like, can you just give me like 15 minutes? My brain is exhausted. I'm thinking the entire time. The entire time my brain's going, and yours will be on Saturday or Friday, whenever the BHs are, 1,000,000 miles a minute. But now you have to think, what's my exit plan? How I start my Foos in a trial is never how I end it. So let's just say, me walking with my dogs, if I walk too fast with my dog Jinx, he's too in drive. So let's just say I say it like this, puss, and I walk a little bit slower. But now I see he's a little flatter. Maybe it's 90 degrees and he's a little flatter than I thought. I do my about turn, my change of pace. After my slow, without the judge noticing, I'm going to pick up my pace a little bit on my pulse. So on the PH, you guys, find your pace with your dog. It should be like a metronome. Like, okay, my dog's lagging. A lot of times this happens on PHs. I don't know your dogs, you guys, but a lot of times dogs are lagging and the person kind of slows up with them. I do the opposite with my dogs. My dogs are slow, I'll go faster. That will usually bring them up and drive. The more you lag behind, they're kind of, you're playing into their game. So I kind of think about that.